Alright guys, we're back again, and this time we're going to be going over the repeater field in advanced custom posts, or advanced custom fields, excuse me. So, the repeater field basically allows you to do exactly what it says. It allows you to repeat fields. So say we have a button here, and say that we want to be able to give the user the ability to add another button, and say this time they want to go to Facebook and have Facebook be the URL or whatever. You can think of so many ways that this could fit into something, whether it's list items or social media icons that you can add in, or different posts, event posts that you want to do. So let's go over how to do this. In the field groups, I've already set up how we can get this going, so we're just going to say home page links, link buttons, or button links, we'll say that, button links. So homepage button links, we're going to come in here, and instead of saying any of these basic fields, we're going to come down and we're going to say under layout, we're going to say repeater. So in repeater basically gives you a bunch of nested fields, what they call subfields. So we're going to come down here and we're going to say add. If we come back to our template, we can see that there's an A tag with a URL. So we're going to need a URL field, and we're going to need the button text field. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come in here and we're going to say button URL, and this can just be a text box, or we can actually make it a URL box. If we wanted to, text box will work just as well. So we're going to come down, we're going to say that this is required, and then we're also going to say we want a button text. And this can just be a text box, and say yes, that's required. And we will also come down here, and basically what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to keep adding rows of this just repeated over and over. Button URL, button text, button URL, button text. So I'm going to say add button down here and update that, and you'll be able to see that if we come over to pages and come back to the home page, see that we have homepage button links. So I'm going to say add button. We've got this button URL, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to grab Google here, paste that in there and say Google. And I'm going to do this and come in here and say Facebook, and then Facebook, and update that. And now, if we come over to the ACF documentation on the basic loop using repeater fields, you see we have this WordPress or ACF loop to grab the repeater field name. And then while there are rows of the repeater field name, we're going to grab each subfield name. So let's take that whole bit, and we're going to just do this. And so we're saying if the repeater field name, which if we come back to our thing, it's homepage button links, homepage button links, and we are going to say if there are rows of the homepage button links, we're basically going to grab every row that there is, and then we're going to spit out different subfields that are in those rows. So basically, if you look at this, this is row 1, this is row 2. So we're going to loop through all of these and spit out this data. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say that this here we have this comment we'll just get rid of. And we'll just grab this, and in here, this is the link URL, so we're going to do a PHP the subfield, and notice that I'm typing subfield and not field. This is going to be the button URL. Alright, and then we got this button, and then in the button name, we want to be PHP the subfield, and this is button text. Alright, so now let's just get rid of this guy as well. Come back here and finish up our PHP tags here. Excuse my poor indentation. This is specifically for showing you the tutorial of how to pull the data. But so we got the subfield button URL. So now if we come back in here, we'll be able to redo that. And in here, just so that I don't lose the page, I'm going to say the target is blank, just so that we go to a different page here. So you can see that button takes us to Google. This button takes us to Facebook. So we have those guys working. And if we wanted to add another one, we can. So we can say add button, and we can go to, for instance, Twitter, and we can come back into here and say Twitter, and then Twitter, and say update. And then when you come back here, we've now got a Twitter button that takes us to Twitter, which is awesome. So you can just keep adding these buttons in this thing, and just keep adding buttons, and you can delete and add from over here as well. And that's basically how the repeater field works in Advanced Custom Fields plugin. Alright guys, next we're going to go over the gallery, how to add gallery to your page. We'll get that going in the next video. If you like this one, subscribe, like, comment if you have questions. Peace.